Welcome, my sweet moonbeams, to another edition of Oracle Over Tea. I wasn't able to do a Oracle Over Tea for September, but I'm making up for it in October, and this is due to some health issues that I've had and I've been dealing with for half a year now. I am going to make this episode a little short and sweet. It's a special edition of the upcoming events that I see a lot of fear and chaos on social media, and I want to do a two-part with this. So this version is going to be obviously the pull a card reading, which kind of dives into your own personal reality of what's going on, and then I'm going to do a follow-up spirit blog with the GFL and the KFL for you to watch at a later time. So again, welcome to my channel. I am your host, Moon Air. I am your best mama bear on YouTube, where you will get the most accurate information you need to hear from your guides. Now, it's a little warm for hot tea, so I did just do iced tea, which I love, love, love. It's my favorite drink. And obviously you can see we're doing somewhat of a blue and white and gold theme. Vanessa Samoye sent me another card deck, which is so gorgeous. And surprisingly enough, I had to do something special for this particular edition. So I had my nails curated to match her deck. I had such a magical experience with Laina from Kreations, who did create these by hand. It's just wow. I don't have the words for her talent. She does such amazing work. And I was scrolling Facebook and kind of saw something she did for Halloween, and it was faces. She's very good at doing portraits. This is what drew me to her artwork, and I specifically asked for her when I called Kelly, and Kelly got me in right away, which I was kind of surprised because I thought with her talent she had to have been booked out. And now you guys get to enjoy the magical talent of Laina, just as I do. So let's get into our special reading. I am going to pick 3 cards, and I'm going to go over our setting here for today. Oh, okay, so this one wants to come out. I have it stuck on my finger. Oh, there's 2. So we're going to do this, and we're not going to look at them. And I don't know why I want to go to this one, but it was poking out, looking at me. All right. So for some reference, this is our blue goldstone. Blue goldstone is for calming, especially when you're feeling anger, when wanting to communicate or express yourself. It's going to calm your communication. And we are officially in Libra retrograde in all this energy, and it's sad to say, but we are in the 666 energy coming around to the Friday 13th of October being this Halloween energy, and it lands on the 666 year. So you're going to see a lot of astrological lining up with the number. With all this chaos going on right now in the world and the elections coming up, I want to bring some kind of positive, harmonious energy to what's going on. So we have a smoky quartz pyramid point. This is going to calm down any depression, any kind of not wanting to be motivated at this time because of the fear that you're feeling. And then we're going to bring in some garnet for grounding and balancing, especially when you don't feel like you're centered in your own life. Okay? I'm also going to bring in the positive mindset of 1111. This is actually my own design, and you can find this on our website, crystalcovegems.com. And Howlet calms down anger. So I wanted to make sure I used a lot of Howlet, and it removes fear. And what the 1111 means, or the 1111 means, is positive thinking. So when you think negative, you want to bring your thought process back to positive. And that's what I'm doing with my flowers here. We're going to bring this calming communication, which is the throat chakra, into this royal gold, feeling the sovereignty of this communication and feeling that you are rightfully owned and due this communication that's been overdue. So we are in our sovereignty of color field frequency. And this is what we want to express to the guides. We want to express that we want this calming communication to come through. And Libra is all about clearing up information, clearing up communication, especially when it has to do with past lives and wanting to know how that correlates with our life right now and how is this kind of aligning up and bringing us to this awareness. So we want to bring that energy into this as well. But that gold is going to be the key to showing the guides that we are rightfully owned this communication, because they are assisting us, right? They are here assisting us on the soul contract we agreed to follow when we came here. You are here for a reason, so let's find out what that is. Libra inspires you to look for peace, look for harmony and cooperation when it comes to the collective. But this is also communicated as a cooperation in our own lives as well, dealing with others that are around us and in our environment at all times, especially when we feel that our environment is sacred to us and that these others should abide by our policies and our rules, which is our perspectives of how we want to learn. So this is something that we want to bring into the reading. How are we bringing peace? How are we bringing harmony? And are we bringing this cooperation not only to ourselves, because we want to respect ourselves, but to others around us? I fixed up the cards a little bit for you. And those of you who like to choose with crystals, I have a few for you to choose from. So first we have the Sodalite, Merkaba. And Merkaba is all about balancing. Now I'm trying to see, where does it want to go? I feel like it wants to go here. Okay, so we're going to put that one there. We have the white Scolecite. Definitely gets rid of negative nightmares or anything that causes nightmares, but it dissolves negativity, aids in relaxation, reduces stress, helps with any sleep issues, aids in meditation and spiritual practices. So when you meditate, it will enhance your vision or your intuitive guidance while you're on that meditative journey. Okay, so this is going to be a clarifying point piece in our communication with our guides. Now here we have the beautiful Tiger Eye, which is a spiritual stability stone. It will allow you to deeply connect to the levels of your consciousness that need to be revealed. And this is what's called a blue tiger's eye, because it has the high sheen blue pieces. This is one of my favorite pieces. I was drawn to this and just had to keep it. It came into my shop and I kind of was like, yeah, I think I'm going to take this one home. It just felt like a self-confidence booster. So anybody that is drawn to this card deck, it's going to help you with boosting your self-confidence. Okay. Let's, hopefully it will just sit there and don't move. All right. So I want you to take your time, take a couple deep breaths, and see which deck calls to you the most. I would like to give Kristy Hagan a shout out for my jewelry. She owns the shop Elevate here in Johnstown, and I got these really cool little vintage rings to go with our reading right now, because we're bringing in those deeply rooted earth tones which mesh with our communication of blue. So they just felt good to put on. Those of you who love to have a little bit of special surprises, whether it's card decks, crystals, incense, sage, candles, we now have this special delivery for our full mooners and up in our Patreon tiers. So if you would like to get a monthly surprise box gift, all you have to do is join our Patreon, and it'll be in the link in the description box for you to join. And I welcome you to the Patreon Loving Moon community. We're going to burn a little bit of the sandalfin incense, which is my favorite incense that I sell at my shop. I use this on every reading that we do. We're going to just get our piles ready. Each pile needs a little bit of a booster. And then we're going to flip the cards as we get into the pile that you choose. See what you got. I'm going to reveal what we have. All right, my moonbeams, I hope you're ready for your reading. Let's get into group 1 now. Welcome, group 1, to your reading. Let's see what you got. You had the tiger's eye, so we're going to put him off there. 9 of crystals. 9 is almost to full completion. So what this is telling me is you have overcome all these obstacles in the back here, all these crystal ones, and your determination and persistence is key in this, that you persisted through the determination of overcoming these obstacles that have been created in your life, whether they're great ones, whether they're bad ones, maybe they're mediocre in between, but you persisted and preserved yourself through those experiences, which then brings you to an almost end chapter of those experiences, which means you're leveling up in your school of learning, okay? So it's smooth sailing from here on out. You've toppled over the highs and lows, and now you're coming to the full completion of that last piece of the puzzle that makes this full picture of what you were supposed to learn and why. Now, you may have had some bumps and bruises along the way, some trauma that may have surfaced from your childhood that you've overcome, but nevertheless, you defended and protected yourself through these obstacles, and you've worked hard to obtain who you are now and why you're in the position in your life you are now, okay? So it is a time for rest and healing those wounds from all these obstacles, whether it was situation after situation after situation, or it's one person bringing all these situations and you're kind of just getting to the completion process of having to be around this person or deal with this person any longer. Or it could be an adventure with work in your career, okay, that you're overcoming, and that adventure is finally coming to an end, and you're appreciating the results that you most preciously accumulated and learned from. Never look at your learning as a bad thing. You always want to look at it as a good thing, that your soul is learning, it's obtaining all this information, and it's collecting it, the data, to bring it to a higher grade frequency of that learning. You never want to settle at a low grade. You want to kind of go through these situations, whether they're bad or good, to get you to a higher level of frequency with your soul's learning and growth, okay? So make sure you're savoring these moments right now, because you've overcome and you are at the finish line, okay? Let's see what else your spirit team has to say about this in particular. I'm going to go to Vanessa's other deck, the Wild Muse. The Wild Muse. I want these two. Let's see. Okay, definitely understand what they mean there. You're finding yourself being in touch with your own self, whether it's being more healthy through this whole thing, that you've come to this realization that you need to take better care of yourself, that you can't keep going through all this over and over again, and that you're cutting the cord to this person or situation altogether. So they are showing that you are fully in tune with what's been going on and that you want no more strings attached. You are ready to move forward and cut the ties to all of that. Let's just see what they have to say with our hot pink deck. Let me see this one. And what we were saying about obstacles, right? You may face these obstacles. I can't talk right now. Oh my goodness. But you are a badass queen or king who rises above them with grace and sprinkle of the bombs, the Effie bombs. So you are skating past this path and finding new grace within the bombs that it created around you. When I go to this deck, this is exciting to find out, right? This is a crystal that they want you to work with during this time. Hematite is such a great stone to ground yourself with what you've learned so that you're not feeling flighty about the decisions you've been making, that you're making the right decision. You're making the right decisions. Wow, they really are causing me to not talk right. I need to figure out why that is. Okay, I just heard your guide say that you're having trouble communicating because of this situation. So you stumble over your words very easily. So they are telling you it is okay to leave this situation. You have come to the completion process of that learning and that you are okay leaving. You do not need to stay any longer in that situation. Okay. Let's see what they say about the guide enhancement gifts. Okay, I just want to shuffle a little bit and just see. All right. Evidence of spirit. You hold the key to your own sovereignty. Now is the time. No longer hiding in your shell. You are worth beautiful things in the world, which is the rose and the necklace. I'm trying to make out, what is that? Looks like a letter or maybe a journal. And that's again a piece of jewelry. Let's see what it says here. Authenticity, the identity of a spirit when creating the link, helping to confirm the continuality of life. Unless a medium can validate the connection with the evidence, unlikely to be considered authentic medium. Okay, so this basically is talking about connecting to a spirit and showing that a medium is able to do that. But what I'm getting with this card is never censor what you're receiving from your own guides. Don't be afraid to share what seems to be the most unusual information you could possibly get from them, because nothing is surprising or weird with them. So don't ever be surprised what you're getting in confirmations of that evidence with readings like this, where they're showing you that we're talking to you, like we're talking directly to you. So never doubt what we're showing you. All right, these are risque cards, but I love them. They're very in your face, so that's what I want to get with this reading. Now is the time to feel loved. And maybe somebody hasn't come up to you and said, you know what, I think you just need a hug and to feel like you're okay. Everything in your life is fine. That all of this brought you to a specific part of your life of learning for a reason. And Spirit is literally giving you a spiritual hug and squeezing you to show you they love you and that everything will be okay. their way of showing you your worth, that you may not be feeling like you're worth anything in this situation, but they're telling you you're worth a lot than what you think. These cards are so big. Oh my goodness. Okay, what's this one? Taking to heart. Look, our flowers. It's so cute. I almost feel like this is you, and this is like your guide behind you, saying, you know, you're so loved, and maybe in this situation you didn't feel loved, and that you had somewhat of a hard time dealing with a lot of things, and they're cheering you on. They're like behind you, cheering you on, and maybe this is like the little pieces of your life that you keep chasing, and your guide's like, yeah, keep chasing it, but you know, always remember, if that one path doesn't work out, or this path doesn't work out, that you're still worth a hug. You're still worth the good things in life, that you're still worth a lot. And to not put yourself down, that you're worth a lot. Okay. I'm going to go to 2 more pieces. Spirit, what else do you want Group 1 to know? I almost feel like this situation hasn't been calm for you, and this is your way, your higher self's way of telling you you're number 1. You deserve a calming living space, a sacred space, a healthy space, whether this is at work or at home. You deserve those calming areas to relax and collect your thoughts. Oh my gosh, that went fly. I feel like your card is in here. Oh, was that it? That was it. Count your blessings. Self-reflect when you're in these healthy areas. And this is something that you can pause and read and kind of make this your mantra. But yeah, you can pause the video and read this out, and maybe even write it down or take a screenshot, and it can be somewhat of a daily reminder for you. Okay, last piece of information is going to come from a book. I'm going to just flip through, and this is what your spirits want you to know. What jumped out at me was the very last. I am the power of now. I bless and release the past, which is the cord cutting the cords, and I accept all as it is, because it was all part of a learning path that led you to something on purpose in order for you to learn from it. Do not dwell in the past nor dream of the future, but rather concentrate on the present, the mindfulness of presence. Bless the past and embrace the present. Bless the past and thank whoever these individuals were, showing them forgiveness, showing yourself forgiveness, and allow yourself a better eternal future. Feelings of guilt or regret stem from a misconceived notion that if you had acted or chosen differently in the past, things would be different now. Yet in thinking this way, you fail to see the positive effects of your past actions and choices have had on both yourself and others. There's a reason why you learned the way you did. There's no reason to go back and change it, because it was learned the way you wanted to learn it in the first place. If you look closely and objectively, you will see a positive side to all of this. All of your experiences enrich us and those around us in some way, regardless of what we do and don't do. Nothing is ever a mistake, for all serves its purpose. If this doesn't tell you what we're talking about here is a confirmation and evidence of your guides, that they're bringing love to you and helping you to better understand this situation in a more divine light understanding, I don't know what is. This is definitely the proof that you needed to know. And this is just a random pull of an article. Okay. So I'm going to see if Spirit wants to say anything else. So let's pull from Samaya's deck again. One last card from her special, beautiful deck. I want to go to here. Oh. Why this is so dramatic to look at, right? As soon as you see it, you're like, uh-oh, right? But sometimes you just need to let go. Like 3 strikes, you're out, kind of is what I'm getting with this, that enough tears have been spilled. And this is referring to a person and situation that you bound yourself to, that you need a separation from. You may have previously felt like this energy was like off, or this person may have felt off to you and you attempted to hold on, hoping for the best. But again, it ended in tragedy, or it didn't end the way that you were hoping to. They want you to know that all of the letting go of the hurt will result in something positive, as they're showing you here. So they're acknowledging the pain that you endured with all of these situations or this particular person, and to let go of the negativity, which was our End Inner Light book kind of pull as to why you chose that person, why you went through all of that. And not every string cord connection lasts a lifetime. Sometimes they're just meant to show you certain abrupt things, or abrupt things over time, and then leave. They're not meant to always stay. Eventually, these connections will disintegrate or disintegrate or dissolve over time. Let them go, and begin your healing process. That's the point. This is the whole point of this whole thing. Understand your worth, let your higher self help you, take you through the motions, understand that you deserve to be loved and hugged, and you deserve a calming, sacred space to walk into, that it's time to leave situations like this and ground yourself in a more healthier situation, honoring your body, your mind, and your soul. And don't beat yourself up about it. Commit to your self-care and get some rest. That was like another thing that they kept bringing up, is get some rest. I feel like you haven't been really sleeping properly either. Like maybe that's why the tiger eye was coming up. It's just this grounding of you, like getting rid of the negativity so that you can rest better. But this situation and separation of this person or situation, they don't want you blaming yourself for. They want you to understand that it was all part of the process, and now that it's over or it's coming to its completion, you can now rest and heal and create something better. But that is the situation and the confirmation evidence that your guides want to show you. So again, when it comes to negative thoughts and not being able to relax your mind and ground yourself, we come back to the 1111 of change those thoughts to something positive. And I wish you all the best, Group 1. Thank you for allowing me to bring this message to you via your spirit guides. It is always a pleasure to come together and have fun and learn and love. And I love you. Please know that. Please know that there are people out there that do love you. I may not have met you, but my soul connects to you through this reading. And by me bringing this reading to you, I'm showing you my love of opening up to your spirit guides and allowing them to bring you love as well. So we all love you. Please know that. This is like my way of like hugging you. I hope to see you on November's Pick a Card Oracle Over Tea. And again, please subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know what you thought of your reading. And hella loving these nails, right? Let me know which one's your favorite. I am kind of obsessed with this one. It's her way of like blinding herself from not seeing that she is bound to something. And then eventually she's going to take that mask off, and it kind of correlates with your reading a little bit. And then, of course, I love my little queen bee here. She's got her little crown of worthiness and showing you that you are worth everything in this world as well. So yes, let me know what you think, and I will see you on the next Oracle Over Tea. Welcome, Group 2, to your card deck pile. Let's see what you got. The Knight of Cups. That is such a stunning card. Loving the gold flickers. It's almost like he's seeing through his mind. And of course, guys, remember, Cups is of emotions, and you picked a Scolecite, so this is going to calm any negative or nightmares of the mind and calming that anxiety down. So the message here is gracefulness, charming, because we have a prince who's graceful, he's charming, he's coming in on a white horse at you. It's the perfect combination of falling deeply in love with someone that is a fairy tale knight, just like the Knight of Cups. He's a prince, he's riding into your life, right? He's come into your life, and now you are asking yourself, are you letting your emotions guide you? Are you letting your heart guide you? Are you letting your mind guide you? Where do you need to be on the emotional level of this situation? Does it feel off? Is it taking you towards a leading path? Or do you need to remove yourself until you appreciate the opportunity that's coming along at you? Like, it's all about the mind. I keep like seeing a perception of what the mind is thinking, right? So this is a perfect card to show you what's coming into view. They are saying to let your emotions guide you, because your emotions are going to show the truth and the clarity, like our Scolecite. It's going to show the clarity of what it needs to show you. And you need to just take a lead on this. You need to ask yourself, are your emotions guiding you? Where are they guiding you to? And if the situation needs a more lead role from you, or is this person taking the lead and kind of seeking you out? Like, who's seeking who out? And the fact that he's coming in on a horse, a white horse, he's offering his emotions in a cup, and is the cup full, or is it half empty? You know, what were his thoughts on this situation? But if he's pursuing you, he definitely wants to see where your emotions are in the situation, okay? The Knight of Cups isn't afraid to show who they are. That's why they're presenting the cup of emotions. And of course, you shouldn't feel like you shouldn't show your emotions either. If they're putting it out there for you, you need to allow yourself to reciprocate that emotion back and show them like a mirror of themselves. Like, yes, I'm feeling the same way you are. Let's just do this and stop being so afraid and give it a chance. Autumn walked in. So getting back to this, it can be painful to come to terms with any kind of truth that we can't get ourselves to face. Autumn. So when you have strong feelings that seem one-sided, this could be an opportunity for you to pull back and see what other opportunities are out there. Because you don't want to be the only one presenting yourself with your cup and it's not being reciprocated back. So that is something to think about in this situation. Are they being mirrored back at you? Okay, let's see what else.
What? What are you meowing for? Hi, my love. Hello. Did you say hi to everybody in group 2? Say hello. My name is Autumn. Meow, meow, meow.
Autumn's going to help us with our reading. Autumn. This one. This one.
And what are you doing, my little love? Hi.
Don't drink my drink. Silly boo. Little stinker boo. Are those flowers? You're sniffing the flowers. My goodness, guys, she's all up on your reading. This is so funny. And she never comes in here when I do readings.
Come here. You are so silly. Go that way. Go outside.
Oh my gosh. She's so funny. Sorry, guys. All right, let's see what you got. I just never had her come in during a reading. I thought that was so funny. Okay. So let's see if this person is one-sided with their emotions. Whether this is like a mom, a daughter, husband, boyfriend, sister, aunt, uncle, just a friend. Okay. I'm getting two things on this right now. Yeah, okay. I'm getting two things. All right. Two things that I'm getting shown. This person seems too good to be true. However, they treat you a certain way because they don't care. They really don't care. You want to hold on to the hope that they do care, but I'm getting they really don't care. They think their ego is just out the woodwork. They're narcissistic. They're very bossy. They think highly of themselves, and they can get whatever they want from anyone, especially someone that doesn't have high self-confidence. I'm also getting that you should give 0 fucks. You need to see your worth and level up because they're not at your level. They aren't treating you good. And again, we're getting this one-sidedness. So I'm getting two parts to this. That you need to level up because they think that they're above you. They're really not. And it comes down to they just look really dumb by acting this way. And anybody around them is going to see this. But somebody of low frequency or low confidence or don't believe in themselves won't see it. It'll be like they'll have a mask on that needs lifted. Okay? Actually, let's put this here. Right dead center so you don't forget that message. All right, let's go to the crystal that they want you to work with. Wow, that was nuts. That was like, okay, so they gave you 2 crystals to work with. Okay, they want you to work with opal because opal opens your mind of communication transmissions, which means you can actually read somebody else's thoughts pretty easily if you can keep opal around you at all times. It eventually works on you. Moldavite will actually level you up in spirit and your soul's frequency so that you can see the situation in much better awareness, and a bigger light is on it for you to see what's truly going on and what's being masked from you, from your view. Okay. Let's go to the naughty deck, as I like to call it. This deck likes to swear a lot. I don't complain. I tend to swear, and I feel that people that do swear tend to tell you the truth. Oh my God. You are giving too much to this person. They, again, do not deserve it. Okay? Again, the mask is on you. And actually, one of my nails that represent Vanessa's deck, she has a mask on. She has a blindfold on. And she's refusing to untie herself and take the mask off or take the veil or even the blindfold off. She doesn't want to take it off. She has too much hope for this person. They're telling you, you're giving too much hope to this person. They're not going to change. They are who they are, and you need to just let them be who they are. Okay, so they want me to go with this one. So you need to concentrate. This is basically a card of you need to concentrate on something else. Ancient shit is cool. I love these cards. They're hilarious. Let me see what this one said on the back. Hold on. I need to... My nails are not letting me pick it up. Give 0. Okay. Which is basically saying down here, you give 0. Okay? So on the back of this one is saying the basic as the other one. Give 0. Because they are giving you 0. Okay? So they're telling you need to concentrate on something else. You need to take your mind off this person. They are just not worth it. All right? Let's go to this deck here. Let me do it this way. Autumn's hair is all over my chin and my face, and it's itchy. All right. Okay, I am worthy as fuck, deserving all the success and happiness coming my way. No one can hold me back. Again, she's showing to level up, right? Be the boss in your own life. Don't let somebody boss you around. Be the boss. Don't become someone that's bossed around in your own sacred frequency. Let me see. I'm going to see. Let's see our spiritual psychic connection and what they have to say. Oh, I can't apparently do, it's something in here. It's this one. Intuitive walking. If you're going to talk the talk, you need to walk the walk, is what I keep hearing. So what I'm getting is you give others advice, great advice actually, but you don't do that same advice yourself. Your guides will show me certain words. When intuition is accessed and has the freedom to move, which I feel like you're bound to this person, you have no movement, it can be a powerful tool when you break free that can build and strengthen the bridge between the two realms. One of the ways to get your intuition to flow seamlessly is through intuitive walking, which is a form of mindfulness meditation. This unique practice gives us an opportunity to slow down our mind, chatter along enough to enable intuition and spirit to communicate more. So this is basically going back to the yoga. You need to focus your mind not on this person anymore. You need to become non-obsessive over this person, become more obsessive over things that are more healthy, that will bring you better joy, more freedom, more intuitive connection and understanding, leveling up who you are in this world instead of being somebody's punching bag where they just don't care. That's what I keep getting, is they just don't care. All right. I'm going to put this card here. And we're going to go to this deck. Spread your wings. They're telling you to break free. This is self-explanatory. And I love how she has this sword here. It's almost like you want to kind of cut that cord with this person, whoever this person is. It's time to cut the cord and kind of just take off, take flight, leave, go away, take freedom. Okay. Let's go to our little cards. Intuitive crystal ball, fortune tellings. Reconsider this path. It's like 3 strikes, you're out. That this person thinks they're bigger than you, that they're much more, their worth is much more than you, that you're just this little pebble in their life or a little pebble in their shoe, and you're nothing to them. Is like what I'm getting. They may make you feel like you're something to them, but eventually down the path, they do something to cause you to question that, is what I'm getting. want to go to this 18. What's the 18? Yes, self-love. You need to start seeing your own worth and build resiliency against this person. So you can pause the video here and kind of screenshot this so it's a reminder, and you can read it almost every day. This will eventually get downloaded into your mind so that you can remember this and integrate it into your soul system. Okay? All right, let's get a final last message from, oh, there we go, from your guides. Wow. So if you were worried about the situation and what to do about it, this is the card basically giving you the checkpoint out of that portal. Like, open the portal door. They're telling you it is time to leave. Like, this is your positive prediction successful card. It is basically telling you you are going to be so much more successful, healthier, your finances will even be better, and you're planting the seed for a new adventure by allowing yourself to get away from this. Okay? So you need to see your investment that you've put into this and leave it for what it is. You planted your harvest, you've gotten what you needed out of it, and now it's time to be fruitful in new opportunities. And the universe is fully supporting your ventures from here on out. Their Pentacles is all about wealth, whether that's spiritual, physical, mental, love. It is showing you to be confident in your capabilities and allow yourself to see the plans ahead and what you can make of them. Okay? I love this last message. Like, if you've been trying to find the answer, that if you're going to be okay if you left, they're basically shouting at you, yes, you're going to be just fine. And the last message I usually do is out of the book. It's like an oracle picking. This is the one I want to go to. It's beautiful. I feel like you've been melancholy. There's your portal calling to you. Your ace in the hole is calling to you, telling you you're going to be fine. You just need to spiral up and level up and get to that next blessing. So again, you can pause the video and read this if you want, but your affirmation is love and wellness will flow through you. It'll flow to you. You will give and receive with an open heart in the spirit of love. You're going to be just fine. And hear it again. Here's your Ace in Pentacles, your abundance in your life. You are a blessing. Look below the surface and connect with the soul and spirit of all those around you. See only love in every heart and give, receive with an open heart. So they're basically telling you, don't be mean to this person. Just love them for who they are, because obviously they have a lot to learn, or they wouldn't be this person. They need to level up, but they need to do it without you at this point in time, because all you're doing is enabling their behavior. They're not changing if you don't change yourself. Okay? So that is your final message. And I hope this brings you some kind of confidence booster that maybe you've been seeking, that your guides are now showing you you can easily obtain with their help. And they're showing you this evidence by this reading today. Intuitively walk away and walk towards your portal of abundance, because you're going to be just fine. You're going to be amazing. I love you guys. I wish you all the best. I hope to see you in the November Oracle Over Tea. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment, and let me know what you thought of your reading. leave it in the comments. Tell me your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions on this reading. And I love hearing feedback and getting into those conversations. So again, I'll see you again, Moonies, in the next Oracle Over Tea. Welcome, Group 3. Let's see what you chose. 2 of Blades, and we've got your Sodalite, Merkaba. It's very unified, very, very close to being like a unified significance here, since the 2 of Blades is of union and coming together, correlating. And then the Merkaba has the 2 star system combining. Isn't that so funny that this one called to this section of the layouts? It like literally was telling me to put it in the 3rd pile. Now I know why. So that makes sense. So I have the actual blindfolded girl here. She's come up in all 3 readings. There she's bound by the tying up and the blindfold of her not being able to see. So she is not seeing. Her eyes are not seeing, and they're unable to see because they're blindfolded, right? So she's not seeing what's going on around her. And she's holding these 2 blades, right? So she has to make a decision here. Based on her intuition, she needs to see the situation and she needs to apply a decision here. There's no time to wait for a sign. There's no time to be wasted here. There needs to be an answer about how to move forward. You got to make a move and remove the complication or the causing of not being able to see. Okay? This is also showing being placed in a very uncomfortable situation or positioning in which you are denied and avoiding confrontation. You're denying yourself truth and confrontation in obtaining that truth. So you are definitely on this path of uncomfortable feelings and needing to stop avoiding what's making you uncomfortable. The situation's only going to get worse if you keep putting it off. You will be obligated to speak your truth and be strong in that truth. Stand pivotally strong, balanced, harmonized, unified within you and your higher self in making those decisions and bringing that truth to the situation. It will get worse if you let it go for too long, is basically what they're saying. So you have a decision here. You need to take the blindfold off, make that decision, and choose wisely for yourself and your higher self. Okay? So let's see what Spirit has to tell us based off this situation. So basically your higher self's coming into this reading because they want to show you a truth that you aren't seeing because you are too blinded to see what they've been trying to show you. Oh boy. Okay. You are giving more than you need to the situation. It's a chaotic situation. You feel like you're in chaotic emotions and not being able to see or feel or get through. This situation's not going to clear up until, again, you make a decision. The day you plant that seed, that decision, the day you make that decision is going to pull that storm away. It's going to put the chess pieces in your sacred positionings of success, and you're going to be the one on top, okay? I want to see what crystal they tell you to work with. I think it's going to be this one here. Moldavite is an awareness to what isn't yet obtained. It helps you obtain what has yet to obtain. And Moldavite tends to bring to the surface things that you normally wouldn't bring to the surface. It's things that you normally want to hide. And it causes you to be more emotional in discovering what that is, okay? Your guides are telling me one more. Tourmaline. Whether this is rainbow tourmaline, black tourmaline, it's any kind of tourmaline right now is going to protect what you're going through and what you need to reveal. So working with those two crystals is going to be great. We have Moldavite rings at the shop that are beautiful. They're actually marked down right now. And they're adjustable, so you can, any one of them will fit. Yes, they want you to conquer your fears. They want you to conquer your fears with this. They don't want you to be blasé about it. They want you to really go gung-ho and choose for yourself. Doubt has no place in your life. Don't doubt this. Like, they're showing you this is the time to make a decision. Take the blindfold off. Stop pretending it's something that it isn't. Let's go into our psychic ability deck here and see what your guides have to show you. I have my eyes closed right now, so because I can see the front cover pieces and I don't want to see them, so I have my eyes closed. I'm just gonna, I'm feeling something right here. Oh, okay, I ended up bringing up two. Thought power, animal kingdom. All right, let me get with your guides because I'm really not sure why they had me pick these two. Thought power, from what I'm gathering from this, is you need to see this person's true thoughts. Whether you need to figure that out through other people, like what are they saying to you that maybe they're not saying to me? I need to find the truth out. And I know you're afraid to find the truth because then that would reveal something that you've always known. And you might be afraid to find out what that is. Let me fix my mic here. I feel like it's fallen. In the animal kingdom, they tend to show a type of communication that doesn't need words. So I think what they're trying to tell you is look at them as an animal. Don't listen to their words. Watch their mannerisms, watch their actions. Let's see what they say on the back. Sometimes they'll pop out words or phrases to me that have meaning to the reading. So, power of thought has literally no limitations. That jumped out at me. How can we explain when family members just know when something's wrong with another? Why is it that people simply think of someone they haven't seen in a long time only to run into them later that day? Okay, so I feel like you have known what's been going on. It's very clear to you, but you don't want to know because then that would force you to have to make a decision that maybe you're not ready to make. But they're telling you to have strength in this ability of knowing. Use that thought power to your advantage. Okay, so this to me is spirit animal. Spirit animal coming to the surface to you. Be open to all animals that come forward towards you. So what animal has been showing itself to you lately? And then what I want you to do is Google what the spiritual meaning. You have to put that specific word in. Spirit animal, spiritual meaning of a bear, a deer, a horse. Okay? And Google and research what that spirit animal is showing you, why they have decided to come around you. That's key. Okay, let's get into this deck here. This one. Whoever this person is, they definitely like to take advantage, because they collect, like spiritually they collect. You know, like how a serial killer would collect an item of their victim. Some serial killers do this, not all of them, but some of them do. I feel like this person kind of does the same. Like they keep track of the things, the rude and horrible things that they do to somebody. They collect it because they enjoy it. And they keep themselves from people. They purposely keep themselves independent and not dependent on anybody. So they tend to keep themselves at a distance on purpose. They are unlikely to reciprocate your feelings or how you feel, because they don't actually know how to do that. Let's say, for example, somebody said, you said to somebody, hey, do you want an apple? And they say, oh, I've never had one. They've never experienced an apple, what it tastes like, what it feels like when you put it in your mouth. They have no idea how to experience an apple or experience a pear, or they've never gone on a car ride. This is what I mean when they don't understand where you're coming from, because they haven't experienced it. Okay? All right, again, I'm going to kind of close my eyes and see. I feel like I'm losing the cards in the back here. That's not it. Sorry. Hold on. Oh. Okay, this jumped out at me right away. This is trauma healing that I tend to deal with. The reason you're choosing this person is because you have inner child trauma that you haven't really fully dealt with, again, keeping that blindfold on, and you're not releasing it and allowing yourself to heal and self-reflect and meditate on what those things are that are causing you to kind of maybe repeat the same shell of a person. Is different. The same shell, not the same shell, the same inner shell of a person seems to be the same, but the outer shell changes a little. They change a little. So what this means is you keep repeating the same kind of situations and the same kind of learning. That's the inner core of the learning. So let's say somebody that doesn't get too close to you and has a hard time showing you feelings. You tend to find people like this. Now their outer shell, maybe last time it was a brunette. Maybe this time it's a blonde. Maybe this time it's a redhead. The outer shell changes, but again, both people from last time to this time tend to show the same things. The same personal qualities, the same personality traits. So the reason it's repeating through these different people is because you haven't overcome that lesson. Until it stops, then your soul's like, I've learned it, I don't need to learn it again, so I don't need to bring those kind of people into my life to learn it. Or I don't need to go through that situation anymore because I've learned it. So that's your inner child healing itself. That's what they mean by that. Okay? These are my naughty deck. This is my naughty deck. This is what I like to call it. It likes to swear to get its point across. This one keeps jumping out. Get out of your head. Stop overthinking this person and just concentrate on yourself. You be more independent than they get to be independent. You decide. This one. believe what you see. Take the blindfold off and believe what you see. That is just bam in your face. That's enough for me. My God. All right. We're going to pull one last card and then we're going to do the Oracle book. So let's take Vanessa's original deck here. I want to go to this. Oh, there's two actually. The Wheel of Fortune and the Emperor. Okay, let me put these down. So as you can see, your Wheel of Fortune here tends to change. The wheel keeps going, right? A wheel on a car keeps going. A wheel on a barrel keeps going. You know what? It just kind of reminded me of Price is Right, where they spin the wheel and see what you get. Change is inevitable, guys, right? You're forever going to change experiences, change events, change people. That Wheel of Fortune is always in motion. There's nothing anyone can do about life changing its perceptions and its dealings and its decisions and the risks being taken. It's constantly changing. The wheel is constantly going. So you might as well sit back, relax, and find comfort in knowing that these changes are better for you. By you controlling certain things, you're almost putting into motion the result that needs to happen. Like you're causing it to go off, like losing the wheel to the barrel. The wheel goes off course and the three wheels don't know what to do with the fourth wheel. Okay. So it's better knowing in comfort that the universe has you in its palm of its hand. It's taking care of you with all these inevitable changes, especially with the things going on with the forces of destiny happening, especially with like the election right now and things going on. All we can do is put out a positive collective influence within our mind, which then goes out into the universe and it gets collected by the universe and it calculates its own result, period. And no matter how many times people try to control that, it's still going to take place. Okay, that's that possibility of change and karma. Now this year in particular, 2024, is repeating from 2020. So the GFL had done something for our timeline to repeat so that things could be corrected, because again in 2020 there was a collective group that controlled the narrative and messed things up. So now we're finding ourselves repeating again. So this is a forced destiny that takes action. And now the GFL has to adapt and try to fix that timeline. They adapted to it, but they're also working to make those darker collective individuals that work against the Wheel of Fortune. The GFL is taking necessary changes to induce a higher power with the permission of the universe and the guides and God. And in an unexpected way, we find ourselves repeating 2020. So now we are working towards our goals and our true path that we should have taken in 2020, we are now taking in 2024. Things are being corrected that were purposely forced and controlled. Okay, so this kind of adapts to your situation. You need to let things flow to be learned, not try to control the learning, but flow with the learning and understand it much better in that sense. With that said, there is no power struggles here if you flow, because the Emperor here represents a caring authority, a sense of order, right? A respected individual who is being protected. The needs and focus and the focusedness on those needs and making the right choices in life will guide you to a straightforward outcome, full of wisdom, full of words of wisdom, and personal experiences that are well respected and protected, and there's no struggle. So They want you to learn from the situation, but they also want you to understand that you don't have to believe everything that they show you, everything that they say to you, that this is all happening to kind of teach you something from a traumatic incident that happened as a child, and that through your thought power, you can heal yourself from the situation so that you're not repeating that same learning through different vessels that bring it into your life. That you're not giving more than they are, that you are giving more to yourself than you are to them, and see, rerouting that energy that you are pushing towards them, you're putting your all towards them, you need to be putting it towards you, being more independent and showing that you are the queen of, or the king of your own life that is ever changing. And it's okay that it changes, all right? As long as you believe in yourself and what you're seeing and the truth is coming to the surface, you can have a huge impact on your life. And allow your spirit animal to help you with this, because I feel like they're going to bring more positive, loving energy to you that you weren't seeing before. All right, let's go to the Oracle book, which I just picked a book, and you can pick any book, but I like this because it has beautiful pictures. But we're just going to randomly pick a picture. This one. Okay, it's a beautiful picture, but I feel like this has been you for a while, just overcoming obstacles, having to repeat things over and over again. It's just getting tiring. But I forgive and set myself free. Again, letting yourself walk away. I forgive, honor, love, and respect myself. I release all past actions that have hurt me. I am free. Holding on to past hurts and injustices keeps you imprisoned in your own pain. In forgiving, you set a prisoner free, and that prisoner is you. To forgive does not mean that you condone or approve of any other's harmful actions. It just means that you are no longer willing to be that person's victim. Forgiving cuts the negative energetic ties that bind you to a painful past action. Set yourself free because you are worth it. If this doesn't tell you, if this doesn't show you what they're trying to tell you, I don't know what does. This is basically telling you you do not need to be their prisoner. You do not need to be their victim. That you can cut that soul tie, that soul cord, and start healing. Start healing. Forgive yourself, forgive them, and start healing. Okay? Well, group 3, I wish you all the best of luck. I hope to see you on November's Oracle Over Tea. And please subscribe, like, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought of your reading. What are your thoughts on it? Does it sound similar to what you're going through? Does it resonate? Do you see the positive path that they're showing you that you can do with yourself? They will show you something in your life, but they're also showing you that there's a way out, there's success. They're not leaving you with a negative, but they're balancing it out with a positive, which is the whole point of this open, loving communication today, is to show you that you are worth these changes and these shifts, because it's going to bring you to a better outcome of another understanding, and that you can learn and believe in yourself along the way. Well, that's it, group 3. I hope you loved your reading again, and I'll see you on the next Oracle Over Tea. Well, groups, I appreciate you being here, and I loved all of your messages. I love how the spirit teams gave you a situation that's going on in your life, but they also gave you a positive retraction and something to work on. That's what I love about working with the guides, because they don't just leave you standing there with nothing in your hand or nothing on your path to work on. They always will give you a way to work with that situation that's going on. So let's do a collective group setting and see what the spirit guides have to show us. Ooh, 4 of Cups. This is true balance here. It's the 4 legs to a table. It's the 4 wheels to a cart, 4 wheels to a car. Balance and harmony. That's what we've been talking about this whole time, right? With all the blue and the communication and the garnet. Okay? It's that balancing, and it's balancing of emotions. Cups are of emotion. This card also shows that you may be peopled out. You may be just over the people, right? Lost in your thoughts. You're feeling just overwhelmed by the chaos right now going on, and you're just done with people, right? So there's this numbness happening. Like almost like your emotions are kind of just being pulled out of you. You may even find yourself finding it hard to say I love you to people right now. It's like your emotions are on another state or planet and you can't get to them. See this as a sign to take a retreat, of rest. Take a moment to reevaluate things in your life and why you're feeling this way. Why are you peopled out? Why are your emotions not coming to the surface? Why is it hard to get to them? So this is your guide's way of saying it's time to rebalance. It's time to reevaluate what's going on. Get all these emotions that are up and around you and get them back into you. Do some soul searching. Find inspiration in refocusing on things that matter to you. Meditating on the elements that you find challenging. Okay? You will find all these answers within you when you go searching within yourself. Don't worry about things in the world right now. You deserve to take a moment to yourself to meditate, maybe take a retreat. We do have the retreat, the soul retreat coming up that I cannot stress enough has done transformational wonders on the individuals that have attended. And we go all out because each individual is like a family member to me, and I go over and beyond to make sure their experience at the retreat is fully and forever remembered. And I can't stress enough how I love the retreat that I've created, because I feel like you will come back to yourself. You will see your own self-worth, your own self-confidence, and you will start making decisions based off that healing. We do a lot of trauma healing within that retreat. So the Four of Cups is a huge card right now to kind of get you to take that time off. I'm pulling out the naughty cards again for you guys. Let's see what Spirit wants to say in the naughty kind of way. If you feel like you've done somebody wrong, because you may be peopled out and you may be lashing out. So apologize to yourself for feeling those feelings, because it is kind of a high tone, angry, fearful element of energy right going on in the world. So if you feel like you've done somebody wrong or you feel like you've overstepped, apologize to them. Apologize to yourself, because you have a right to feel those feelings, but try to do it in a more loving way, because a lot of people right now can't see what others are seeing. As a collective, we are divided into two sections, and sometimes that mask or that blindfold is on and they can't see or experience what you see and experience. So it's hard to get somebody to see something they can't see, especially if the mask is down. And don't force things, because no matter what you do, you're not going to take their own blindfold off. They have to take it off for themselves. So don't try to force something that just isn't going to come. It's not going to happen. I want to see what crystal they want us to work with this month. Maybe they have two. It just depends. Again, the Moldavite. This came up in two different groups. They definitely want us to level up in our spirit. Moldavite's going to have you awaken that spiritual influence that's around you. It's almost like taking the veil away so that you can see in true time, in true divine essence, what you aren't seeing, taking that blindfold off. I love that there's a lot of green, so that's healing. That's an element of healing. That's an element of connecting to, all the beautiful things in nature. Like when you see flowers, what happens to you? You just get that little smile on your face, right? Oh, they're so beautiful. Look how gorgeous. They just make you feel good. And that's what they want you to connect to. They want you to connect to things that will bring you positive feelings of joy and happiness and love. They don't want you settling in this spewing, arguing, and just garbage, right? Garbage. It's garbage. Garbage energy is what Maria, my guy, just said. Let's see what the crystal ball has to say. Again, they are unlikely to connect with what you're saying, so again, don't force it. They're just repeating messages now. So let's try to change it up. What do you want them to know, Spirit? There is a game going on right now for souls. You have enough going, your guides just said, you have enough going on in your own lives right now to allow these games to continue. So don't get involved in social media games. There's enough underlining collective unconscious games going on that you're not seeing behind the scenes. So you want to keep your thoughts positive. Keep your mind on your own reality and elevating it. You don't, like, let's say, for example, something bad happens collectively. And there's a lot of things going on collectively that's bad. But you don't have to bring it into your life. By you consuming yourself with social media and the news and doing all these things, you're pulling it into your life. And you're causing this chaos in your life on purpose. By avoiding those things and concentrating on your own reality, you can bring abundance and grace and love and joy and peace into your own life because you're the one creating and controlling that narrative. As a collective, we gather together and influence with our minds. You can do the same within your own individual lives. You create and manifest that. There's no clear path right now. It's still up in the air. There's murky waters around us. There's darkness all around us that's causing us to divide. And we shouldn't be attacking one another because that's exactly what dark wants us to do, right? They want us to do that. Be present in your life. Don't think of the future. Don't think of the past. Be present because that's what matters the most right now. You can pause the video here if you want to screenshot this. Now this has to do with the physical body, but I'm getting more of the mind. Be present and understand what you're creating. Okay? Let's see, where else do they want me to go here? You are confident and rule your own kingdom, your own reality. Have confidence that you can control your own reality, even though there's those games being played collectively. I think that's our message. I feel like I'm forcing more from them, and they just keep repeating the same thing. Be present. Don't listen to the mucky waters. Get out of that realm of collective hatefulness and arguing and bickering and dividedness. Because no matter what, that person is always going to have that blindfold on until they can see the truth themselves. You're not going to force it by suddenly saying something they don't already know, or they don't care about, or they just don't see it. Okay? So take the time to truly see your own path and see what you can do with it. Concentrate on yourself right now, and the collective will follow in suit. Thank you guys so much for being here. I loved these messages today, and I hope to see you on the next Oracle Over Tea in November. And wait for that next video to come out with the GFL and the KFL. I'll be recording it very soon. It will follow this recording, so it'll be right after this one. So come back, see what they have to say collectively. This was an individual, but as again, at the end, I always do a collective message. This is the collective message for right now. We're going to branch off and get more in depth with the collective agenda and that unconscious game. What does that look like for us? I will see you in that video, and I will see you in the next Oracle Over Tea. I love you so very much, and comment below your thoughts so we can get into a deep conversation.